Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine and welcome to Woollypod number 4. I'll try and keep this brief. Got a coffee, so if you want to go and get yourself a drink, get Barry to take your order. He's in a good mood again. Things are going quite well with Bart. If you've no idea what I'm talking about, go and check out some of my coffee shop drivel. It's a good coffee, just a black coffee. Now, what can I show you? I do actually have a finished object to show you. And this is for a subscriber of mine. This is Poirot. He weighs 157 grams and he's knitted in a Malabrigio, I don't know how you say it, yarn. Purples and blues. And I don't know what the wool is for the scarf. But it is actually wool. Yeah, I might tie that differently, but can you see his little moustache? I've tried to do a moustache. Yeah, so he's going to a subscriber, and let's just measure how tall he is. He is 4.5 inches tall, so he's quite small. He's not as small as Portly, which I showed in my last Woollypod. But he is perfectly formed. Love him, love him, love him, love him. But he's going up north somewhere very soon. So that is the only finished object I've got to show you at the moment. Work in progress. I'm making, let's see if I can find the picture, a witch. This is a Susan B. Anderson pattern, which I purchased on Ravelry, and you can see them there. So I'm just using yarn from my stash. It does recommend wool, but I'm using cotton because that's what I've got in my stash. So I think this is Katia I've used for the body, bright pink, and then for the body, the head and the hands, this is really old Rowan Pure Life Revive or something. It's a recycled cotton yarn, and I'm just starting the hat. The beauty of the body is that it's all knitted in one piece and you stuff it as you go, and it's knitted in the round. I did have a bit of a job. It's very fiddly to start with, and not my best knitting in terms of even stitches, but it's okay for a first attempt. I need to get back into doing small things. I do like doing small things, and I knit on small needles. I think the pattern called for was it 2.25 needles? Let's have a look. Bear with. So many pages. 2.75 the pattern suggests, but I want mine to be really small, so I'm using 2mm, which look like cocktail sticks. Yeah, that's a 2mm needle for you. Yeah, and you can see mine are well bent. I might soak them in some water and see if I can straighten them out a little bit. I don't know whether that would work. Yeah, so I've just literally cast on the hat, and I've done one round. I've been joining in the round wrong all these years, and I've found how to do it properly, and it has transformed my life. The other thing that has transformed my life is learning how to do a long tail cast on. Didn't know how to do one of those, but I think it's going to be very useful, and it gives a very neat, slightly elastic edge. So I'd got my own method, which was kind of like a needle cast on, but it was very tight and not very stretchy. Hopeless for sock cuffs. Yeah, so I'm enjoying that, so we'll just pop that out of the way. I've got another work in progress. I am all about small things, but I am actually knitting myself a garment. This has been in my queue on Ravelry for a while, and I bought the yarn for it last year. See if I've got a, yeah, there's the better picture of it. So this is the Audrey cardigan by Isabel Kramer. and it's got an interesting construction. It's knit from the top down in one piece, and you do the sleeves on double pointed needles, DPNs, and it's got this contrast at the bottom. And what I like about it is that it's got an extended sleeve, and you can, it's optional, but I'm going to do this option, do like a fingerless glove. I just think that's really cute. So let me just go and get the contrast colour actually, because I haven't got that handy. I thought I was being organised and I'd got everything to hand, but in fact I hadn't. I bought the yarn for this in January 2020. It's an American yarn. It is Swan River, is it? Swan's Island Natural Colours collection. This is the main colour I've chosen, Early Time. And I did choose a dark contrast colour, but I misread the pattern before I purchased it and thought I only needed one skein, but in fact I needed two. So I've had to purchase something else. And for my contrast colour, I've gone for this, which is Quince & Co. Lark. And I think that would just be really nice in the winter. So you've got a little pop of bright colour. And I do like my kind of acid yellowy greens. The only ball ache is winding it all, isn't it? I haven't got a automated ball winder. But I cast on last night. Not brilliantly, yeah, not brilliantly, but I've done 2 inches, which is the collar, and it's on 5mm needles, and I've done the first setup row for placing, I think these are the arms, these are going to become raglan shaping or arms, I forget which, but yeah, there's lots of stitch markers on there, and this will need a really good blocking, but it's got a selvaged edge. So it's got a slip stitch edge, which again, I've been doing this in the semi-dark, so it's not very good in the cold light today. The other end's probably neater. Yeah, that's neater. So that's the right side. You can see you've got, it's kind of like a little bit chunkier, but then that's the reverse. So it's like creating a little false button band, and it will stop the edges curling in on themselves. So I'm quite enjoying that, and I think it's you know, mostly stocking stitch with a little bit of there's that kind of line detail going down, which I presume is a purl on the right side and a knit on the wrong side, just to give a little bit of extra detail. And I can sit and do this when I'm watching telly. It's something that I've not done for a very long time, but I'm liking this, and I'm liking the subtle colour variations in it. It's just very, very subtle. So that is my works in progress. Upcoming projects that I'm going to be casting on. I've shown Portley and Poirot on my channel, and one of my subscribers has asked me to do her a little bear in greens, and I found this in my stash, which is very old. I don't think Rowan make this anymore, fine tweed. If they do, I should be buying some more. It's a 25-gram ball, and I've knitted a lot of bears in this, and this, it's just lovely colour definition with a little, because it's tweed, the little flecks of colour. I really like that. So I'm going to be casting that on today. In fact, I've got a little project bag ready, and again I knit these, you knit it back and forth, the bear, it's not in one piece or in the round, but again these are the needles I should be using, 2mm needles, so you get a very fine dense fabric, so that the stuffing doesn't show through. I use heavyweight toy stuffing rather than polyester, and I also put a little sack. I use a pop sock or the bottom of some tights, and I make a little sack and put steel shot in so that the bear's belly is weighted. So, oh, I've knocked you, sorry about that. I've got you balanced very precariously on a box. Are we all right? Did we survive? Yeah, so that's a work in progress. We're twisting around now as well. Okay, so the other things I'm going to be casting on, I'm really excited. I've done one mystery knit along in my life, which was the Hopeful Cowl, which I've talked about in a couple of Woollypods and is actually finished. And I thought, shall I do one again? And then I was browsing Ravelry a couple of weeks ago and saw in the What's Hot Right Now section, mystery knit along to knit a gnome. And this is the mystery knit along 7 for knitting a gnome. And it's Imagined Landscapes is the designer. She's got lots of gnome patterns, and I did show this yarn in my last Woollypod, and I thought I'm going to knit a gnome in this. This is hedgehog fibre sock. These are 20 gram mini skeins, and this is so soft. Oh, it's really soft. But then I was looking at all the pre-knit along chat, and there's quite a lot of activity on Instagram as well. And the lady that's designed the pattern has given some suggestions of yarn dyers that are collaborating in this project. Most of them are American, but there was one in the UK, and she doesn't live a million miles from me actually, or she's based not a million miles from me. Nora George Yarns, and she's got 3 colourways that you can knit the gnome in. You need a light, a mid and a darker shade for these gnomes. So I think those bright colours would be really funky, but also at the same time I'm going to do this colourway, and this is really nice and soft as well. So this is Raspberry Ripple Sunday. Isn't that lovely? So the first clue is released on September the 21st. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm going to keep up and join in with all the chats and everything, and there is a chance to win some prizes. You know, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be really nice to win some prizes. But I've whittled on enough. I'm going to get on and do some knitting, and I'll be back in about a month. Perhaps I'll have a little bit of a gnome to show you. Take care, everybody. Bye now.